inspired me to start surfing was I hitchhiked to the Pensacola beach in May the 1st, 1965. It's pretty cold in Pensacola, so when springtime comes, a lot of people have spring fever and they want to go to the beach. And I was in the 9th grade, and all my friends were going out to Pensacola Beach that weekend. I knew that. So I hitchhiked out to Pensacola Beach, and I was supposed to meet a friend on the beach. So I walked down the beach and found him. His name was Ken Roos, and he was sitting there with a surfboard and a girl inside, and he was more interested in the girls and not in the surfboard at all. And I was kind of shy around girls, so I didn't really want to hang with the girls, but I'd never surfed before, and he said I could use the surfboard. So I paddled out into probably what it was knee to thigh high wind chop, and turned around and caught my first wave, and actually picked the wave up and I was riding the wave towards the beach, and I guess that surprised Ken. He stood up, and the girl stood up with him, and it kind of embarrassed me that they were watching me, so I just kind of did a flip off the board, and they just kind of, didn't watch me anymore after that. But something went through me. I said, I could have rode that wave all the way to the beach if I had wanted to. So I paddled right back out, turned around, caught the next wave, rode it all the way to the beach, and came instantly addicted to the sport of surfing.
When I started surfing, the two best surfers in town was a guy named John Russell, and a guy named Mike Chestnut. They were my heroes. And then there was a guy in the Navy there. Pensacola is a big Navy town. That's where they train all their pilots and everything. So a lot of guys from Hawaii and California came through there. And a guy named Nelson Gu, just incredible surfer. Rode an 11-foot board back in those days. And I remember back in those days, the way you judged a good surfer is how long they went before they got their hair wet. And those guys would never get their hair wet. Mike Chestnut, John Russell, and Nelson Gu. And they were the best surfers. And then the crew that I grew up with, that Skip eventually came to know and love, was Ken Roos, who was my best friend and got me into surfing, and then Herb and Beezer Turner and Robin Martin, and my brother John Spencer, and a guy named Buddy Capel, who was the entertainment of our group because we tortured him. He was Scarbelly, is what we call it. Captain Scarbelly is also one of his names. Jerry Blank, yeah, he was very part of it. And Brad English, yeah, I always said him. So that was the group that came up to Delaware. And then up in Delaware was Gary Revel and Neil Stevenson and
Brent Clark.
Brent Clark and Bryant Clark, they were. And who else?
David Casey.
Dave Casey. Surfing definitely binds you. The love of the sea and the ocean and everything you go through to and to get there.
Wide open, he's moving towards the light. Yeah, with eyes wide open, he's moving towards the light.
Yeah, this afternoon, the blessing is, having sons that surf and love to surf, that's for sure. And I surfed today with Yancy out in the water, and I was watching him ride a wave. And yeah, I'm sure every man, loves to see that their boys, grow up and love surfing, because it's in you, and it's neat when you see it in one of your children too.